Okay, thought I'd do a little quick video on my homemade smoker. It's still a work in progress, as you can probably see by the air intake that is not completed. But it cooks. It cooks good. Let's see. I'll go over a couple of quick things. The whole smoker is it's made out of two 120-gallon propane tanks. I cut down this one, cut it down to the size I needed for the firebox, and welded it back together. Cut the door, banded it. Give you a look inside. Forgive my shaky video. I'm new at this video stuff. Alright. As you can see, it gets a little bit of use. Still have to finish making I want to make a box to hold the charcoal. I think that'll help me on the low and slows with if I could stack the charcoal and the wood together during the low slow burns, the overnight burns, for like your briskets and your pork butts. Cook chamber. Well, there's some cam locks there to hold the door shut. Door's banded, you know, typical homemade smoker stuff, I guess. Horseshoe handles. Yeah, I know. Yeah, razz me all you want. I went with horseshoe handles. Glow-in-the-dark dials too. Just, you know, basic stuff. It works, and I made it. And then I've got, you know, it slides out. Again, more horseshoe handles. It's a work in progress. I've got I wanted to use it for not just for smoking, but also for just grilling regular food. So I took some stainless steel racks out of a grill that I had, a propane grill that I had, and they work great. So now I can do, if I want to do a smoke, I can do a smoke. If I want to do burgers, I can just load it up with charcoal and cook it and use it like a regular grill. Let's see. Cam locks to hold the door shut when it's traveling. Speaking of traveling, it's on a free car dolly that I picked up, used. I did buy the jack for it. The mounts are, the square tubing is an engine stand that I had laying around that I cut up. The round tube I had left over from a roll cage that I put in my Monte Carlo, and it worked out perfect to hold it and mount it. It's steady, it's stable, it tows down the road nice and straight. Stack, adjustable vent on the stack, open, close, wide open. Of course, when you're smoking, you're wide open, but I do close it somewhat when I'm just regular grilling on it, just to hold the heat in. It's been used a lot. I mean, I'm sorry it looks so dirty. I do have to clean it. It's about ready for a good thorough burn down. Get that creosote off of there. I'd like to put, it's still, you know, it's in the works. It's always changing. I'd like to do a top rack for ribs, a smaller one. I've got the metal to do that. I started building a smoker that was enormous. It was a 1,000-gallon propane tank cut in half, and that is around the corner. I stopped building that because there's that one. The metal to buy it was so expensive, and that's I found out also as I started it, the 1,000-gallon tanks are actually half-inch thick, as opposed to the 120s, which are quarter-inch thick. And I don't know if you know, obviously you've done some playing with metal if you're looking at this video, but it's a lot easier to work with quarter-inch than it is with half inch is serious stuff. It's hard to weld. Well, when you have a welder like mine, I'm just using a you know, little gasless flux core Mac welder. So anyway, I'm babbling. It's a good smoker, cooks good. I'm happy with it. It's perfect for my family and what I'd like to do with it. I can take it anywhere I want to go. It didn't cost me $1 million. I'm into this smoker right now. As it stands, it's got to be like maybe $180. So I paid $20 a piece for the tanks. The everything else I picked up pretty much free. All the money is really in the thermometers and you know, the horseshoes and the jack. Oh, and the cam locks for the door, which is, I don't know, you probably know what a cam lock is, but just pop that. Just helps the seal. The door sprung a little bit when I cut it, not too awful bad, but that also, I put those on there also just so when I'm towing it down the road, the doors don't bounce. So I still have to finish. It's always a work in progress. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the end off this firebox at this weld right here that you can see, this big weld. I'm gonna cut that off flush, and I'm gonna put a 1/4-inch plate on the end of that and weld that closed. So then I'm gonna make also a side door, a side load, and put my air vents on that, because this trying to make my air vents on this round end is just not working out for me. So a quick shot of the backside, stacks, my messy yard, and that's where we're at. I'll try to get some more videos up. Maybe I'll get a video up of it smoking or cooking something. You know, I'm always cooking on it. I don't know how many people I could feed on it the way it sits right now, but once I get that top rack on there, I could probably, I mean, the most I've ever smoked on it at one time, I did, I think maybe it was like 15-pound brisket, 2 pork butts, and a couple of pounds of thighs. I mean, it'll probably cook for 150 people. Not bad. Not bad for 180 bucks. Somewhere around there. It was less than 200, I know that. Alright, I'll talk to you later.